need some more light. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? Peace, peace, peace. You know what? Let me go put some more light on in this place. I ain't got enough light up in here. I ain't got enough light up in here, babies. Yeah, let me go up here. Cut the lights on up here in my loft. Give me a second. Better. How y'all doing? Y'all happy I'm about to do this live, huh? Oh, I thank you, baby. I appreciate the compliments, as always. I think I got enough. I think I got enough light. Oh, yes, I have enough light. How y'all doing? Y'all like my head wrap? How y'all doing? Woo! Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to perform one song. It's a song I'm working on right now. I'm the light. Well, thank you, baby. I appreciate you. Wow, look at the little compliments. I appreciate you, babies. I appreciate you. No. Evil cannot touch the 10th dimension. That is correct. Now, I'm going to play this song. I'm just going to do the chorus of the song. Y'all give me some feedback about what y'all think. I'm still working on it. Now I'm nervous all over again. I'm nervous all over again. I am doing well. Thank you. Ooh, we got some things to talk about too, honey, because you know it's been a lot going on over these past 72 hours, honey. Woo! Peace, mama, one love. Let's see if you guys can hear this first. Let me know if you can hear this song. Okay? I'm nervous. Ooh, I'm nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous, but I'm nervous. Let me know if you can hear it. Give me a yes. Give me a yes if you can hear it. I need to hear a yes. Y'all not give me the yeses. Ah! Y'all can hear it? Okay, I'm getting ready to spin the block. Y'all can hear it? Okay, I'm going to play at the beginning. I'm nervous. Oh my God, my heart is like... Oh, I'm so nervous. Okay, we're going to do it though. Fuck. All right. This is just one song tonight, honey. I'm not doing no two songs. I just want to get your feedback on the record. It's a song called Back to Me. It's a healing song. Woo! Woo! Yeah! Okay. I walked through the fire, but I didn't burn. Every scar became a lesson that I had to learn. I shed the pain, let the silence speak. I found the strength where I thought I was weak. Now I rise, no chains on me. This healing path has set me free. I'm not who I used to be. I'm coming home, oh, back to me. My My journey has been so painful. Oh, Niakatoto, barakato, agakoko, kanarakokocho, siriakata, sirakatoko, shikakaka, motirikatoto. Oh, woo, oh, oh, oh. I walked through fire, but I didn't burn. Every scar became a lesson that I had to learn. I shed the pain, let the silence speak. I found the strength where I thought I was weak. Now I rise, no chains on me. This healing path has set me free. I'm not who I used to be. I'm coming home, back to me. Oh, oh, woo, oh, that was it, babies. That was it. That was it. What y'all think? Y'all like it? She said, damn it, I'm late. Record it and release it. Yeah, I'm still working on it, though. I'm still working on it. But I just want to get your feedback on it. Because I told y'all, every live that I do, I'm going to rock a song. We're going to rock out. Lily! It's a healing song that I wrote from my perspective. You know, when I said back to me, it really is a song I dedicated actually to myself. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that for those who actually listen to it, that you guys are actually inspired, you know what I'm saying, to get into healing. You know what I'm saying? To get into healing. Because it's been a journey. It's been a very painful journey. Because, you know, healing is not easy. There's a lot you got to go through to heal. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Needles, you just missed it. I was singing a song. I was singing my song. You missed it. Y'all good? Thank you, baby. Well, you know, it be showing like I got a crown up here, honey. Yeah, you missed it. You missed it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yeah, Needles, you missed it. You're going to go back and watch the beginning of the video now. Because I'm only doing one song. See, the first time I did it, I did 2 songs because it was my first time I did it. Now I'm only doing 1 song. She said it's already stuck in my head. She said it's stuck in my head already. Listen, I love live band, y'all. Y'all know how y'all have no idea how much I love to sing live band. Like, get me with a band. Get me with a band, and I'm gonna show my behind. Okay, honey? Get me a band, and I'm gonna show myself out here. Okay? Okay, babies. Now, I'm live tonight, and I appreciate every single last one of y'all that are here tonight. I appreciate y'all, and thank you for your support. I also greatly appreciate you on that. The first thing I want to say is congratulations to all those who actually made it to the 10th dimension. That's first and foremost. Now, I had a few who say, we're still in the 4th. No, baby, you're still in the 4th. You didn't make the split. The fact that you even said that told me everything I need to know right there. Now listen, unbeknownst to you guys, there's been a lot of work that myself and my team is doing and various other teams around the world that has been doing, that's been going on to help Gaia raise her frequency. Okay? That's how I can tell you that we're in the 10th dimension. This is the reason why I can tell you all these things, some certain things I can tell y'all. Certain things I can't touch on, some things I can touch on. What up, Cartier? So, first and foremost, we made it, y'all. We made it. For those of y'all who spent time in nature, spent a lot of time in nature, took the time out to heal yourself, all y'all had to do just to get to the 10th was just simply connect to nature, ground, heal yourself. Spending time in nature gives you access to high vibrational frequency, whether that you guys realize this or not. Okay? So I can tell y'all probably for like the last year that the work that's been put in by the collective has assisted in helping Gaia and the earth raise to higher dimensions. That's the reason why I placed on my Instagram the Schumann resonance. Now I'm gonna let you know right now, we did go through a great split. For those of you who are not seeing as many people no more as you used to, it's because they went with the 9th dimension on and below. Okay? This really happened. So I know a lot of you guys have been saying that you haven't been seeing a lot of people. I saw the comments on my page. A lot of you guys have been saying you're not seeing a lot of people. Well, you're not going to see a lot of people. Because a lot of people weren't healing. A lot of people weren't putting in the work. Okay? Now, let me explain something to you because I don't want you guys to I don't want to cause any confusion. These screens right here, the one you have in your TV, the one you have on your phone, the one you have on your laptop, those are called black mirrors. The black mirrors gives you the ability to see from the 10th dimension down. Now I'm operating in the 18th dimension level of consciousness right now, heading into the 19th right now. Okay? So I'm seeing things very different than a lot of people are seeing it because I constantly keep healing and I constantly keep jumping timelines and I constantly keep doing what I got to do. That's just because of the type of work that I do with me helping out as much as I do. Okay? We do grid work. You know what I'm saying? We do a lot of quantum work. Just a lot is going on. Okay? So things are being quantified. You guys know, and I talked to you guys about me operating in the quantum realm, right? Now, that has assisted with helping her raise her frequency. So she is no longer in the 9th, the 8th, the 7th, the 6th, the 5th, the 4. However, that doesn't mean that you guys who wasn't healing, okay, are not still in those lower dimensions. And now the split has happened, so now you got to really put in that work to try to get yourself past that. Now, for those of you who have been feeling the shift, okay, the shift. How many of y'all felt the shift? Give me a 333 if you felt the shift. Give me a 333 if you felt the shift. Huge shift. Stretching, dancing, nature, direct communication with source. Boom. Auntie over here glowing. Y'all funny. You're right. Actively healing. Boom. Which is, okay. I'm seeing the 333s. How many of y'all felt the shift? 333. 333. You felt the shift. Okay, I see y'all. I see y'all. Okay, so that is what's going on right now. And now also at the same time, I'm going to let you guys know, you guys are going to see a lot happening around you, but you will not be affected. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you in advance for those of you who had the opportunity to get out of the 9th and get to the 10th, I want you to listen to me very carefully. It is imperative that you don't put things in your visuals or in your psyche that could lower your frequency a couple of dimensions because it could happen. That is very, very important. You cannot internalize things that are happening external of you. As long as you stay in the high vibrational state, the things that you see going on will not have any effect on you, but you will see stuff going on as a watcher, as an observer. You'll see stuff going on, but it won't have anything to do with you. And you need to be reminded that you're operating on a much more higher frequency. So whatever fears and stuff that you have, you need to let that go. Because it only applies to your old self, the old version of you. Now, if you didn't take the time out to heal, this definitely applies to you what I'm about to say. You need to heal more than ever now, because this is a huge split that took place. Did you guys see those ridges and the Schumann resonance on that Instagram post I posted? I've never seen anything like that in the years I've looked at the Schumann resonance. I've never seen anything like that. And not only that, it gets even deeper, because if you go back and you look at the Instagram post I posted up, it looks like a being is inside the Schumann resonance, 2 of them. You can see the face, the eyes, and everything, where the white area is. Go back and look at it. It's on my Instagram page. Go back and look at it. Okay? There's a being, and I'm not the only one who pointed this out. Okay? One of my cosmic daughters pointed out. Cartier was talking about it. There's this guy online, I don't know who he is. He was talking about it. There's a bunch of people talking about the face that they saw inside the Schumann resonance and was asking, what is that? Okay? When that took place 72 hours ago, that's when the whole split took place. So there's a lot of people that didn't make that split. Your soul is having you. Now listen, some of you guys are going to be confronted, because being in this realm, you guys are going to be confronted with self if you have not taken the time out to do some more healing. Okay? I saw some of you guys making comments about you crying a lot since this has happened. All different types of feelings you've been going through, emotions you've been going through. Some of you guys have been feeling tired. Okay, there's a young lady right here that says, I've been so tired. Okay. I need you to raise your frequency, baby. Get your frequency higher. Okay? Consciously, people can operate in the 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd maybe, even though the 3rd really isn't here like that anymore. Okay? Depending on you, and now the third, where we're at now in the age of Aquarius, the 3rd dimensional state is really someone who's very carnal. Okay, this isn't someone that has, these are the NPCs. Those are 3D folks. Those are the NPCs. Those are the people who don't want to let go of the matrix. Those are the people who are still holding on to it. Those are the people who depend on it. I want you guys to understand that the only reason why this thing is still in existence is because there's still a great many of you who don't want to let it go. But I'm going to let you know, after that split took place, now you're going to see some stuff you've never seen before. Whatever you see with Project 2025, I want y'all to listen to me carefully. Donald Trump signing that bill, all that craziness you see going on, that's not going to last very long. However, there are things, if you're operating from the 9th dimension and down, you will be subjugated to whatever goes down from the 9th dimension and down, because Lucifer controls and owns that part of the earth from the 9th dimension and down. And I want you to listen to me very carefully. From the 9th dimension and down. So some of y'all are running around here unhealed. Some of y'all still running around here acting like fools. You didn't make it to the 10th. And that's not a good space for you to be in. Now, for those of you who have the question that says, can we make it to the 10th? Yes, you can, but it's going to require you to work a whole lot more harder. Now, for those of you who are currently in the 10th and above, have you noticed all kinds of different things going on, fam? Have you noticed? Now, Cartier's saying something that's interesting. He says, you probably notice in terms of the split, people around you are drifting apart energetically, some becoming more soulful, clear, intuitive, others getting more reactive, chaotic, or numb. Okay? Kai Kai, you look really beautiful. I was about to get in bed. Glad I caught you, dear. Well, thank you. Also, pay attention to your dreams, because your dreams are also giving you information as well. You know, Mama Isis, I have not one worry anymore. I thank the cosmos for waking me up. Ashe. Boom. Cartier says, and also your own vibration not syncing with things that used to feel familiar. Boom, boom. Light language and music, this is moving forward, changing everything beautiful. I want you guys to understand something. For those of you who always want to say something about us not singing in the English language, first and foremost, I am a high vibrational being. The English language is like the lowest vibrational language there is on the planet. So when you say things to me like that, it lets me know exactly where your mindset is. I can't even entertain you because I realize you're not where I'm at, and that's okay. My music is for those to help uplift those who want to take themselves to a higher level for themselves. It's not for the individuals who are still stuck in the matrix on low vibrational music. It's not for those people. There's plenty of that out there that we listen to all the time. My music is here to help activate you and take you to another level. Yes, unapologetically, Bree, Francesca, yes, you can. If you decide to get a reading, I will tell you what dimension you're operating on. Gwen, what's going on? Now, my goodness, this chat is jumping up in here. I can't even keep up with all these tabs. You guys are jumping up in this chat. My goodness. Someone said 10D music. Is this the reason why I haven't really been tired? Yes. I haven't been tired either. I went to the beach today with my bro. We went to the beach today and we had such a good time. Mother Yemaya came and blissed the living daylights out of us in that water, honey, okay? I went and got me a spiritual bath for Mama Yemaya at the sea, honey, okay? That's where my salt baths go. When I take a salt bath, honey, I go to the ocean, okay? Okay, Cartier says, this is how you know you made the split. Your discernment is sharpened heavily. You've been pruning old relationships, old toxic habits. You feel more peaceful and pulled towards your purpose. Boom. The frequency is lit. Boom, boom. Okay, you can get, hell, I even have the one-on-one sessions. If you want to get a direct one-on-one session with me, it's called one-on-one. If you want to get a direct one-on-one session with me, that's what it's called. It's going to cost you, though. I'm just letting you know. It ain't cheap. It's going to cost you. One more for, and I also have I have an oracle reading that I offer on the site as well. I have a shadow reading. I'm the one who does the shadow readings on the site. I do the spiritual investigation readings on the site. So there you go. One more for, you're naturally drawn to fun that's also soulful, alive, and intentional. I do offer the cosmic reading where I tell you who you are. When you get that reading from me, I'm going to tell you exactly who you are. I'll let you know if you're an original or not, and then I'm going to tell you exactly who you are. Now, some very interesting stuff happened today that blew my wig all the way back, and I'm going to post it on my Instagram. So, why was there 2 Avengers ships up in the sky? One in California, and I think one was in New York. I got the video footage of this, okay? Blew my wig back. Now, I told y'all in the last live, because I know y'all was like, your jaw dropped to the floor, and you was like, Isis, what are you trying to tell us? What are you trying to say? Okay, well, I'm going to show you more evidence and more proof of it. Okay? I'm going to show you more evidence and more proof of it. I want you guys to understand something. These cameras that we utilize, these phones, can catch things in various different dimensions. Okay? That's first and foremost. First and foremost. Now, I told you it was Iron Man's brother that landed on the planet, and I said he was looking for someone. That was a couple of days ago when I did that live. Today, I see a video, and this guy saying, what the heck is that? Can someone tell me what that is and what that is and why is that there? When I first initially looked at it, I said, are they sigils? And then I looked at it again. And then somebody said Avengers. I said, oh shit. It looks exactly like the Avengers. So if you guys go back and you look at the Avengers with the big A and all that, that's what it was in the sky. When we tapped into it, I found out that there were 2 Avenger ships up in the sky. And what they were doing was they were cleaning up all the different beings that on the earth that's not supposed to be there. Okay? That's really what's happening. I told you guys once before the Avengers are real. I told you this. I told you this. And I also told you that they've been telling your stories the whole time. I told you that. Don't think for 1 second that these people are creative in that way. Do not be deceived and do not be fooled. Okay? Your stories of look, take it back to aspects. Take it back to aspects. Remember I told you that you've reincarnated many, many times through various different galaxies, planets, solar systems, things like that? Remember I told you that. Your source spark vessel, when I go to look in to see who you are, especially if you're an ancient one or an original, you decided to have more experiences because you were a part of Source. Source is about the experience. Source experiences through each individual living creation that it creates. There is no greater respect of persons, the good, the bad, the ugly. Okay? The malevolent, the benevolent, the neutral. It just is. So Source does not discriminate. Humans do that. Source doesn't do that. Source loves all of its creations. Okay? Look, you said this the last time, and you're going to get off my live, and you're not going to do this again. You're not doing this again. There's someone stupid keeps coming on my live and saying that they're losing blood, and they did it the last live. Now I had to block them off my shit. Now you're never going to get up in this chat again. Okay. Who's moderating? I don't have a moderator. You want to moderate? Lily, I'm going to have you moderate. Give me a second, because I ain't got time for the foolishness. Hold on. What? All right. You a mod, Cartier. I tried to, Lily wouldn't let me for some reason. It blocked me from doing it for some reason. There were 7 suns in China sky yesterday. It's on video. I didn't get a chance to see that, but I'm not surprised about that because I sat up here and I told you guys the firmament is lifting. I also specifically told you guys in my previous lives that you are going to see more suns. I also told you that you are going to see more planets. I also told you that you're going to see the universe, not just this earth, but you're going to see the universe. I got a video that I'm going to post up that shows the Rainbow Bridge. If you know, you know. For those of you who have been operating in space, where did you see the Rainbow Bridge? Do you guys remember the movie Thor that came out? You remember the brother, what was his name? Idris Elba, the role he played. I forgot the name of his character. But you'll see the Rainbow Bridge. There was a rainbow that shot across the sky at nighttime. And it looked exactly like the Rainbow Bridge. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a sign that the firmament is lifting. And you're going to see more spectacular things. And I told you that in the last live. Now, also at the same time, there's going to be more things you're going to trip out about. Now, I'm going to let you know right now, judgment is coming down on the state of Israel right now, even as we speak. I have a prediction for you guys. It's going to be dismantled completely. Because I told you what Israel is. I said they are the fallen angels. They are up out of here. So the real jewels, not Jews, jewels, Jewels, the Creator's children, so the truth could come out about that, which are the originals. Okay? I told y'all. There's a lot of things that are happening. Now, did you guys see what went down in Texas with those girls that came up missing? I think it was like 18 to 20 girls that came up missing. That flood that came out of nowhere. There's a spot in Mexico where they had this huge foam that flooded the entire town. I don't know what town it was in Mexico. I saw the video, but the whole town flooded with foaming, nasty, toxic water all over the town. There are floods that are taking place all over the world. Judgment has also come down on the United States. Now, I want you to understand something. I'm going to share some things with y'all. You see, this person that you have as a president, you see, he was trying to destroy America because he knew that when his term is up, that everything has to be turned back over to the originals. And I did say when the term is up. Guy is not playing no games. And I suggest that you guys continue to keep an eye on the earth and the movements and the things that's happening right now. Because you guys are seeing all kinds of signs all around about. You cannot deny what you're seeing. However, originals who actually made it, okay, who made it, continue your healing. Continue your healing. Remember the dimension you're now operating on. None of the old stuff from the past even matters anymore. That's why a lot of you guys don't feel that worry and that stress no more, because you left the old world. Now, I want you guys to understand how this looks. This is all energetic. Okay? So kind of picture a healing, an energy, right? An energy. And you have two energy balls, and the earth did this split and then split itself up, right? And so you got one side that went this way and one side that went this way. This one fell off. Okay? Look at it from an energetic perspective. This is the reason why you guys feel the way that you feel. Okay? So when you see things through the black mirror, you're looking at things through other timelines in lower dimensions. It won't affect you in any way. As long as you don't get yourself caught up mentally and psychically in that. Rod Watts said, wow, Isis, I've been surely not worried lately either about the past. Wow. Okay. Cartier, get boring science out of my damn chat. No time. No time. I got him out. I don't have time for low vibrational people. I don't have time for it. Venu Mercury, why do you feel like you've been left behind? That is correct. And those are called, you guys got to remember, some of the benevolent well, they're not considered to be reptiles though. But your dragons are benevolent. Some of your dragons are benevolent, some of them are malevolent, and some of them are neutral. Okay? So what she's saying is true. Nah, that's a low vibration. Wow. Flow Love Trust says, yeah, it's crazy. Literally the street next to us. There was a Trump protest going on, and the street we were on was chill and empty, like a whole different reality was going on. That is correct. And that is what I want you to pay attention to. That is what I want you to pay attention to. Now, see, where I'm at in my world, in my reality, it's all different. It's all different. I'm seeing a lot, okay? Visually, I'm seeing a whole lot that I've never seen before. There was some stuff that happened to me today that I saw some stuff today that blew my wig back. And then Gaia pulled up on me because I felt this energy. I said, who's here? She said, it's Gaia. I said, oh. She said, I'm just here to check up on you. I said, I appreciate you. She said, I'm just here checking up on you. I said, I appreciate you. All right. Peace, Mom. I've been finding peace even after my brother got killed. And trust me when I say I'm eye for an eye type of person, especially my loved ones got did unjust. Well, that's good that you're at peace, but don't go be an eye for an eye. You'll kick yourself right up out the dimension. What's weird, too, is usually the day of the 4th of July, people would still be setting off fireworks. I've heard nothing at all. Listen, the reason why it's that way is because a lot of people don't feel the need to celebrate. You guys, did you guys not pay attention to the houses? I literally was watching a video where a whole gigantic house was uprooted and just started sailing down the block because of the flooding that's going on down in Texas. Now, I'm going to go ahead and make you guys aware there's a lot of racists that are going to be uprooted and removed off the land. That is the work of the ancient ancestors that have been released into Mary. So when you see things like that associated with water, that's called the Great Cleanse. So right now you're seeing the Great Cleanse with the water. So everything that used to be ain't there anymore. It won't be there. They won't even be able to rebuild it back. I want you guys to be clear about something. You think it was a coincidence when Trump went ahead and when the Doge team went ahead and fired all them people that helped with disaster relief, and all those people got fired? You know why? Because they knew this was coming. You see, it's let's create a big mess because we know we got to turn over. Let's create a big mess and let's not do anything about it. So a lot of people are going to be suffering. When I say everything has to be uprooted, everything has to be uprooted. You don't get to be comfortable and see the matrix crumble at the same time. You're not going to be comfortable while the matrix is crumbling. You're going to see some things you ain't never seen before. And those who are part of keeping that matrix running, they got to go. They have to go. That's why a lot of them went. Yeah, the Anazi clan is a real thing. Yes, Anazi is real. I don't know what's going on with the yachts. I haven't seen any video. I saw one video. I saw something go down out in California. And I forgot the name of the area in California. I wish I could remember the name in California where that whole boat flipped over there with them people on it. My ancestors definitely been having my back. Somebody come for me. They ain't getting that far. Well, good. I'm glad to hear it. The frequency of animosity. Yeah, if people are still carrying around that energy, they're not in the 10th dimension. You can't be in that. You can't be in the 10th dimension carrying that type of energy. Mama, what's up with Elon starting his own party? Elon about to be deported, honey. Elon about to be deported. And that's a clone you see running around of Elon Musk. That's not even the real Elon Musk. The real Elon Musk is gone. That's exactly what I was thinking about Texas flooding, a cleansing. That is our land. You peeped it, right, sassy girl? I didn't want to say it without saying it. There is a little full blood spider race within the universe, full bred and also hybrid race. Boom, and that is correct. That is correct. He's telling y'all the truth. You see, there's been some lands. I want to put you up on game about something. There's been some lands that has recently risen up in the waters. Okay? There are beings on these lands where certain individuals that have a whole lot of money decide to send their people out there to kind of go and observe to see what type of beings that are on the land. And let's just say they got their asses handed to them. You have beings coming out from under the earth that you've never seen before, extremely advanced beings, and they would probably freak you out if you've seen them. But they're benevolent. I feel like that was a portal that opened up in Lake Tahoe. Is Lake Tahoe in California? I think that's the one. Tahoe, I think it is. A little girl disappeared and has not been found. I have owl aspects. I have been seeing owls in my dreams. Okay, yeah, that's definitely a good sign. I used to go to church, but I could see the acting. I couldn't be a part of the sleeping people, and they know I know they're acting. Isis Wisdom, how deep you go into meditation to be able to astral project or get the information you get? I don't have to go into meditation to astral project. Let's start there. I actually have the skill set to astral project at will. Okay? Now, if you need assistance in that, and meditation is the way that you do that, that's fine. It's not like that for me. I just literally go into a visualization, and then I shoot myself to the destination where I need to be at within minutes. It's not a deep meditation. It's literally on command. Okay? And I train people how to do that too, by the way. I train people how to do that. Okay. Cartier says, if you've ever seen dragonflies and cardinals, it means your ancestors are heavily active within your dimension. Boom! Elon is a distraction for Bill Gates. He definitely has to go. Girl, he up out of here. Bill Gates, you ain't even seen Bill Gates. You ain't even seen Bill Gates. All you see is news clips. You don't see that man. That man gone. Elon Musk is trying to reverse what he did. He's done. That's done. Like y'all, the fact that y'all, that's Matrix shit. You still talking about the Matrix. And that is coming to an end at Amethyst Stornella. She says, kids keep disappearing because of the sacrifices. That is correct. But also at the same time, that's also coming to a halt. Boat caught fire in Lake Lanier, but listen, are you surprised by that? Is anybody surprised about anything that happens in Lake Lanier, considering that Lake Lanier sits on an entire indigenous town full of our people, where they just flooded the whole damn town? There's houses and all types of stuff underneath the water. Those people are still there in unrest. You're surprised at that? What I'm saying, folks who participated in that, or their ancestors participated in that, want to go up there and swim in that water and wonder why things happen to them like they drown? Boats catching on fire. You think them ancestors are playing with y'all? They're not playing with y'all. They're not playing with them folk. Y'all saw the white owl dancing in the church. Laughed me out. They thought it was evil. No, I didn't see that, but I wish I could have saw that. Okay, a bunch of kids in New York. A bunch of New York kids went missing in the last 2 weeks of June. All right, let me tell you what's going on with that. This is nothing more than a last-ditch effort to try to hold on to this matrix. Now, I want you guys to understand something. For those that are you that are operating in the lower dimensions, if you don't focus on your healing and start worrying about these outside distractions, whatever they got planned from the ninth dimension and down, you will be subjugated to. Okay? You will be subjugated to it. There's a lot of evil on the planet from the ninth dimension and down, guys. I told you who owns that part of the world, who owns that world now. I told you. The distraction is a distraction. That is correct. I want to share a story with you. Let me see how I can tell this story for a moment. I don't know if there's going to be changes or not, but I can share a story with you. I can share the story with you. There's going to be a lot of heavy healing that's going to be taking place between mothers and daughters. Mothers and daughters. I'm going to tell you the story of an original that was affected by the mother-daughter relationship or a parent-child relationship of abandonment. So you guys understand more about this entity, because I'm going to tell you a story about Lucifer that you guys have never heard before. That's going to blow your wig back to smithereens. And it took me, it's so crazy how that hit me. That hit me like a ton of bricks. And they was like, you finally figured it out. I said, oh shit. You guys have heard a lot of negative things about Lucifer, but I'm going to tell you a story about Lucifer. Lucifer was created to be an inverter by source. She was created to be an inverter. In other words, source created these beings to be dark. But because Lucifer is an angel, the mother of angels was her mother. Okay? Her mother did not accept Lucifer for who she was. Her mother wouldn't talk to her. Her mother would talk to other children and acknowledge them and not acknowledge her. Her mother would put things out there about her daughter. I won't say that was well, I guess you could say it wasn't fully 100% true because of the nature of the fact that humanity didn't know that she was created to be the inverter. So was Satan. They were created to be the inverters. So what happens when you as a mother has a child that you birthed, and that child is not what you hoped the child would be? So you ignore that child, you treat that child differently, you show favoritism for all the other children that you've ever had, but you don't favor the child that isn't doing what you need her to do. Or maybe that child reminds you of the father, so you take everything out on the child. Or Maybe because you had an ideology of how you wanted your children to be, but they weren't that, so you had an issue. Whatever the reason is, that started with Lucifer. The reason why Lucifer became as powerful and as strong as she became was because of the anger she had been bearing all this time. Eons and 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 millennia and millennia and millennia of having to carry the pain that her mother didn't acknowledge her. Lucifer felt like she had something to prove to her mother. So she studied her mother inside and out and created everything that her mother created. Her mother's benevolent. Well, her mother's neutral. She's malevolent. She went and created every single thing that her mother created in a malevolent way to prove a point. And she became the most fierce villain in the cosmos. She was the one who trained every villain you see in every existence that you could ever think of, from every planet to every cosmos to every solar system that you can think of. The villain, Lucifer, trained them. Now, let me tell you something about Lucifer. I call her the lesson teacher. She's not the light bearer. She's a lesson teacher. Because as I started going inward and I started talking to my own aspects and I started learning more and more and more, because I told you, every single thing that plagues us on this planet started with the originals first. It started with the originals first and then trickled down and trickled down and trickled down into various other original families and trickled down and trickled down and trickled down. It starts with the originals first. So if you want to know why the fathers ain't in the house, it started with an original first. Why the mothers go against their daughters, started with the originals first. The healing goes back millennia. So every villain they've been showing you in these movies was due to them being in an unhealed state. Lucifer is going to be Lucifer, but it wouldn't have been as bad as it became. And many beings wouldn't have had to suffer as much as they did had she just would have had the one thing that she always wanted, which was the love from her mother and acceptance. Mothers, I want you to listen to me very carefully. Whatever issues you have going on with your daughters, you better fix it. Because of the amount of damage and pain that you are causing your own blood. You see, you turn on your blood will turn on you. How does it form? Cancer, leukemia, different types of blood diseases start popping up on you. Because you turned on your own blood. And that's your curse for your actions that you've taken against your own child. Lucifer needed to express how she felt. And she didn't express. Think about all of y'all, listen to me, all of y'all. How many things have upset you and made you angry and you never expressed? So with our people, originals, those of you in your unhealed states, it's because you didn't express. So you take your frustration and your anger out on everyone. Cartier says she needed a sacred space to be able to speak comfortably, even if it's hard to speak upon. That is correct. So what you guys, the stories you've ever read about her, I'm realizing now those things weren't true. She took on and took some hard-ass hits because her mother wouldn't accept her. Was called names, people looked at her, beings looked at her, feared her. So she was like, well, you hate me, but you created me to be this way. So if I'm the villain, then I'm going to become the villain. So she became the villain. But what I learned about her is that she also has the ability to also love. She just wasn't expressing. That is not an entity that you play with on any level. Lucifer is going to be Lucifer because she was made to be Lucifer, the inverter. However, it would not, planet Earth would have never took the hits that it took had her mother just simply acknowledged her. Contracts would have never been made to destroy this place had her mother just acknowledged her. Because her mother is the planetary ruler of this planet. And this planet takes the most hits. Lucifer went straight to where it was going to hurt. You see, when you operate in higher dimensions, you come out of distortion. And when you come out of distortion, you start finding out the real truths about information. So the information from the ninth dimension and down is distortion. That's why I keep telling y'all to go inward. Don't go outside of yourself, because the information that's out there is distortion. I'd explained to a gentleman when he was telling me about an individual that's known in the community that was saying that Zeus was Satan. I said, that's not true. I said, but you also have to take into consideration the dimension, the timelines folks was operating on when they got that information. The timelines were distorted. So the more you continue to heal, the more clearer things become. The more truth becomes revealed. So as I'm operating on the 18th dimension level of consciousness, I got a lot of truth that was brought to me to the point to where I would like to write a book about these truths. I'm just debating on whether or not I want to take that on. But I would like to write a book about these truths. To tell you all the real stories of what really went down. That's Lucifer's story. I want you guys to sit on what I just told you. Yes, baby. I had to put in a lot of work to get there. A lot of work to get there. A lot of healing to get there. A lot of shedding to get there. A lot of letting go people to get there. You see, when you raise up in consciousness, see the people that were around you don't match your energy frequency anymore. They don't match your energy signature anymore. They fall away. Yes, she has children of her own. And I've talked to several of her children. in human form. Sophia is not Lucifer's mother. Sophia, that's funny. Sophia is a sister to Ashere. I know who Sophia's children are. Dionysus is one of them. Okay? Lucifer's mother is the ruler. The ruler. The angelic ruler. She also created inverted angels, benevolent angels, and neutral angels, just like Source did. Just like Leela, the first Anunnaki family, created Anunnaki. Malevolent, neutral, benevolent. See, I'm schooling y'all something about these original families that you weren't aware of. Tiamat is the mother of dragons. She too has created malevolent, benevolent, and neutral dragons. What they've mastered is the art or the acceptance of free will and duality. How do you know you've evolved? You've evolved and you get into source consciousness the moment that you understand that there is no good and bad, it just is. That's source consciousness. When you can put all your biases aside, and the only way you can do that is you got to heal to get to that level. And then when you heal, you expand in your consciousness. You do not see things the same way anymore. There are people I used to be real cool with that I can't talk to these individuals because we're not operating on the same frequency. We're not operating on the same conscious level. My conscious level is expanding. They're still on the same stuff they was on last year. They still watching reality shows and stuff. They still on that. Can't do nothing with them. I learned a lot. This is why I said to you, when you know who you are, when you step into the knowing, not belief, when you step into the knowing, because I told you the gods walk in the know. The originals that are healed and on path walk in the know. They do not walk in belief. It's a knowing. All beings will respect you. From the demons to Satan, to Lucifer, to Lilith, to Samael, to whomever, they're going to respect you because they know you know who you are. And there is no fear there. No fear. None. Because you come to an understanding. The only thing that you ever feared was actually yourself. Stepping into that part of yourself. But you don't get access to that part of yourself until you heal it. And you heal those fears. Find out where that's coming from. Why am I afraid? What am I afraid of? I'll share something with y'all. I remember when I was in the 14th dimension. And I was told, yeah, so when you get to the 14th dimension, when you get to the 15th dimension, this is when your body starts to change. This is when the junk DNA activates. And just for you guys to know this, I need to tell you this. Your junk DNA does not activate until you get to the 15th dimension. So all that yak y'all putting out there about, oh, the junk DNA is activating right now. No, it's not. Not yours. If you ain't operating the 15th, not yours. Now, your clairs can be very powerful, but you got more than just clairs. There's so much more to you than what you realize. You have millions of gifts, not 7 or 8 gifts, not 10 or 11, 12 gifts. You have millions of gifts because you've been reincarnated millions of times. So whoever you were, you have access to all those versions of your gifts. Y'all just rocking with the clairs. You haven't gotten to the next level yet. Y'all think the clairs is all you need. Oh, I can hear. I can speak telepathically. I can use a little bit of telekinesis. Some of you could even float in the air. I commend you. But you still have a lot of work to do. Now, when you get to the 15th dimension, this is when your DNA begins to start changing. Like I told you, this is when you become the Avenger. This is when you become the Avenger. This is when your body changes. This is when you become to understanding your full self in totality. And once you're ready, then Source puts you in position to do what it is that you're supposed to do, whatever that is. Get your healing on to get there. Because you're going to start hearing things, seeing things. Supercell. Yeah, they told you that. But the thing about this is that they don't really tell you that in order for you to get into these spaces that you got to heal. That's the part that I don't like about these comic series and things of that nature. I don't like that. They'll show you how to access the multiverse by going into meditation and going inward, like they showed the Scarlet Witch in that Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. She showed you how to access the multiverse of you. She showed you how to do that. See, those movies were instructions. They were teaching you what happens when the villain becomes the villain. How did the villain become the villain? The villain became the villain because of whatever happened and they didn't express. Think about the Incredible Hulk. Was it David? What was his name? David. You know what I want to say? It's not. Is it Bill? No, Bill Bixby's actual real name. But what's his name? What's his name? What's the Hulk's name? Bruce Banner, that's it. You know I want to say David Banner so goddamn bad, but that wasn't right because that's the rapper. I couldn't get it out. Yeah, Bruce Banner. Bruce Banner wasn't healed. And when Iron Man first came out, he wasn't healed either. How did Thanos become Thanos? He wasn't healed. How did Dr. Doom become Dr. Doom? Which is Iron Man's brother. And if you know anything about Dr. Doom makes Thanos look like preschool. So you have to study these movies and decode these movies so you understand what's going on. Y'all watch these movies for entertainment and they playing in your faces because they know that you're not consciously aware of what's really going on, so they put these things in your face. There's 2 reasons why they do this, originals. 1, to mock you. They're mocking you. you're being mocked because you don't know the story is about you. Okay? What if I were to tell you that when they put these movies out, it is to call upon an energy to the earth? Haven't they been starting to promote the Doctor Doom, New Adventures that's coming out? Haven't they started promoting that? See, I learned something about these movies when they put them out and they promote them. It's a call that they're sending out to the cosmos to call in certain villainous beings onto the planet. See, you're finding out about this now because you're in the age of Aquarius. In the age of Pisces, everything was hidden. Now we're in the age of Aquarius where all will be revealed. So now I'm revealing some information to you that's blowing your wig back. You probably didn't know any better. But when they put these movies out, it is a call for the villains to show up. Okay? It's a call for the villains to show up. So when I told y'all in that video, I said, Iron Man's brother, that's who she was filming, that was not a game. Now here it is today, someone drops a video of 2 Avenger ships in the skies. See, your aspects have the ability to materialize on this earth. When the orbs first came out at the top of the year, and then all of a sudden they started sending out the drones to cause confusion because they didn't want the people to know what time it was. And I told y'all the Anunnaki's here. I said there's a huge mother ship sitting at the top of the firmament. I said they're here. Then next thing you know, they started sending out drones to cause confusion on the people because they know the people's intelligence levels and attention spans is like 2.5 seconds. So then you just start entertaining the distortion. But some of you guys were seeing orbs. But because you weren't tapped in enough, you didn't realize that what you were looking at was your own damn Anunnaki aspect. You was literally looking at yourself and didn't know it. That's the type of world we live in. Yes, they did blow up his recent rocket ship. That was the fallen Anunnaki who did that to Elon Musk when he called himself trying to get up off the damn plane. He just knew, that fool knew he was about to be up out of here. His ass was about to go. And let me tell you something. He wasn't going to fly in the air to get out of here, guys. Elon's not stupid. Elon knows you got to go into space, in the waters, to get up out of here. But the thing is, you can't access certain portals of waters if you don't have the key codes, and he doesn't have the key codes. So even with them blowing him up, they didn't even need to do all that because he wasn't going to get nowhere anyway. He don't have the key codes. He's a gray. He ain't got the key codes. I told y'all, the ocean is space. You want to get to another galaxy? You go through the water. See, I had that experience when I took ayahuasca with my family a couple years ago, and we had the shamans. There was a big ceremony that we did with our own cosmic family, and I was told you have to go to Atlantis to go see your family. I said, oh damn, I didn't even know I had an Atlantean aspect. When I went under, shit was tripping me out. I saw myself going through a portal. And as I'm traveling through the portal, I shot out but I'm in the water. And as I'm in the water, I look around and I see a huge portal here, a huge portal here, a huge portal there. And I was like, wow. But something kept drawing me to the portal that was right above me. Something said, look up. I looked up and I saw a galaxy where one of my aspects come from. And I was trying to get there because I have a husband there and I have 3 children. And sometimes I would tap in with him and I would talk to my children to see how they're doing. And we would talk. God, his intelligence levels was out of this world. I said, I see why I fell in love with you. And the children were like, what in the world? What are those white things up in the sky? I said, those are clouds. Clouds? What are clouds? So I had to break it down to them, tell them what clouds were. And they were like, destroy them. I was like, we don't destroy clouds. I said, it's just evaporated water. You don't destroy that. Well, we don't have those here, Mom. We don't have these here. Mom, where you're at is boring. I don't think I want to come and visit. I said, you don't want to come see me? I said, I don't think I want to come see you, Mom. It's boring. It's boring there where you are. And I said, well, yeah, it is boring here. I ain't going to hold you. It's a little boring here. It was hilarious to hear those 3 children talking to me like that. It was hilarious. My children travel to different planets via dragons. On their own. Okay? The dragons know exactly where to take them. So that's like, let me tell y'all something. That tripped me out. The dragons take them to places, and the dragons are responsible for the children, and they're very good at what they do. And they transport the children to go from whatever planet they want to go to in the star system that they're in. I felt them when they said they were bored. It is boring here. But I told them, I said, well, what's boring to you is not boring to me. There's a lot going on here. She said, yeah, that's small fry, Mom. Yeah, we don't have those problems over here. Yeah, I'm good. But nonetheless, coming back to when I took the ayahuasca trip, I saw this huge portal, and I caught myself trying to shoot to it, and I was blocked. Boom! Source blocked me. I said, damn! When I was traveling in the waters, I remember seeing these beings in the waters that had these beautiful rainbow-colored halo manes. They look like lions, but they weren't lions. They said they're not lions, but they look like lions, but they're not lions. Okay, and this is the way they look, but they had these fangs, like their teeth were they're just beautiful. Their eyes were glowing, but they look like cats. They look like lions, but they're not lions, or lionesses, but they're not. They call them something else. And as I'm looking up, I'm seeing a statue of me and my husband. I'm seeing a statue of us there. And I said, I'm going home. And when I saw the lions coming through the waters, because they're very protective of the waters in that region, you're not allowed to be there. If you're not supposed to be there, they're going to tear you apart. And when they came, I said, oh my God, I'm swimming in the water and I'm petting them. And I said, hey, babies. I said, Mama's home. And I was just looking at them. And I was holding on to them. They let me hold them and hug them. I said, my God, you guys are so beautiful in this water. And seeing all these rainbow manes. I said, I'm going home. And as soon as I go to shoot out that portal, blocked. I was pissed. I said, why can't I go? They was like, hell no, hell no, hell no. They was like, you need to turn your butt around and go that way. You went to the wrong portal. I said, that's the right portal. My family's there. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't try to hear that shit. Stores wouldn't try to hear it, right? So I had to turn around and I had to go back, and I went to Atlantis. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Atlantis really is in the waters. it's funny how they did that movie, the Black Panther, that last Black Panther they put out with Kukulkan. They really put some stuff in that movie out there because Kukulkan himself is a dragon. And he does have a kingdom in the water. I've spoken to him since living in Mexico. He's come to visit me because he knows my dragon aspect. And we talked. And I got a chance to see. So what they put in that movie, I said, damn, this is crazy work that they're just putting this shit out there like that. They get your stories from the Akashic Records. You see, Hollywood utilizes what you call travelers. These are people that go under and know how to travel to talk to different aspects and ask permission to tell your stories. And they do a contract. That aspect, if they agree to it, they go and tell the story, but they don't tell either the full story or they distort the story. And that's the thing that the aspects don't like, that they're storing the stories. They don't like that shit. So now, and then Hollywood makes billions of dollars off your own story, and you don't see a dime of that money. Not a single dime. They're here making billions and trillions of dollars off of your story. That's how much you're needed, originals. They can't function without you because they've learned to monetize everything about you and put it under the guise of fiction, making you think that this is a story that they made up. They could never be that damn creative. And don't you dare give them credit to think that they ever could. These are your stories that they're telling. Claim your shit back. I shut it down over here. I was like, you're not telling none of my story. You're not gonna tell my story. You're not gonna tell my story. So what they had to do was they had to go to someone adjacent of me to tell a little bit about my story. It's an anime. I ain't gonna tell y'all which one it is, though. And so they told the story from their perspective in terms of what they witnessed, and they were pretty damn accurate. But it was their story to tell because of what they experienced. So they added the person's experience to get access to my story. And still distorted it. And still didn't tell the right story. This is what they do to you, originals. So you see, this world has always evolved around you on various different levels. Various different levels. You have no idea. She said, let me find out you're the last airbender, mama. Well, I'll tell you this. I'll share a little piece of information with you. A little piece, a little teeny little piece. I don't know if the last airbender, because I got millions of aspects, I don't know. But there was a picture that I on my Instagram. If you go and you look at the picture of my Instagram that's up, that picture right there, that picture is the ancient one. And yes, I am the ancient one. Okay? I'll share that with you. And how I look in that photo is exactly the way that she looks. So in the movie of Doctor Strange, they showed you her with no hair and her looking white. She don't look like that. She look like me. She look like that picture you see on my Instagram page. Because I was on that type time at that time. Remember when I had the Bantu knots? That picture. That's in my Instagram cover. The ancient one. Boom! Taught Dr. Strange everything he knows. Now what? Now the question is, who are you? Who are you? Wow. Why someone said, why Luke 131 says that makes sense. The monk and Dr. Strange, that is correct. Yes. And I look exactly, that version of me looks exactly what you see in that picture. We got to redo the whole thing over now, right? We got to do the whole thing over. Now, let me tell you something. When I'm in an astrals, I'm not to be played with in the astrals. That's all I'm going to say on that. I'm just leave that right there. Think whatever you want to think. Say whatever you want to say. But you play with me in them astrals, you're going to mess around and find out. Go watch some movies again. Said, blew my wig away. Yeah, they need to do the film. They need to do the film back over again. They really do. They really do. My teaching style even has remnants of the ancient one. The way I teach you how to access your own powers. This is why I said I'll be opening up a physical school in the near future. This time with the right info. Boom. Put that man in different dimensions. I wouldn't want to. She said, I wouldn't want to find out. Oh, it's a problem. It's problematic out here. It's very problematic out here. I'm not going to play with you. I'll be going to your school. I hope to see you there. But you're going to have to be there for a while. This ain't no you traveling back and forth, honey. You're going to have to be there for like six months to a year. Don't associate me with that. This is a cosmic school. This ain't that. And I'm not going to be asking you Negroes for no money either. I already said that. She says, damn, I wonder how different our world would be if we knew who we were. That is correct. Someone says, I'll be there in a heartbeat. Sign me up. For sure. I'm locked in, mama. I told y'all I was ancient. Y'all wasn't listening. I told you the truth. I told y'all. Do you offer a reading service to tell us who we are? That's a cosmic reading. Make sure you guys log on to IsisWisdom.com. IsisWisdom.com. I've been to your schools in the astrals. It's crazy. Yep. I was going to say, some of y'all have already been in my school. Some of y'all are actually students in my school in the astrals. I be seeing y'all. I be talking to y'all in the school. Some of y'all really be up in there. Y'all be hitting me up like, yo, Isis, we was talking about this and you was showing me how to do that. Well, now you understand. I hope it makes sense to you now where that comes from. Marty Two Fly, what up? Yes, IsisWisdom.com. My inner child wants to know who I am so I can play around. IsisWisdom.com. She said, girl. And how you did the U and the R and the L, girl. Yes, I haven't taken my atomic gold in a while, but yes, I haven't taken it in a couple of years, actually. I mean, at this point, where I'm at this point, those details will be worked out in a brochure. It's not something I talk about on here, beloved, but it'll be brochures that people will have access to. What it do, Black Monster? What's going on? You just now getting on here? I see you in the astrals, 50 feet tall. Yeah, I shrink myself down, but I'm much larger than that. If you guys saw my size, it would literally just blow your wig. Like your wig would be, you wouldn't have no wig. I think that's your aspect. And I am booming, scoring. That might be one of your aspects. Yes, it is. It is like an X-Men school. Yes. Yes. It's just like that. No bullshit. It's just like that. Mm-hmm. We're going to be lost in the universe. Damn, they said we're going to be halfway past the galaxy. Shadow work. Rashida Young. Hey, Rashida. Text me, girl. I was in national school and it was 3 big mamas at a round table. I know this stuff is real. That's right, baby. That's right. Someone said blew my toupee off. DJ Capone. You crazy, fam. How you feel about the Monkey King? He's real. The Monkey King is real. I had a dream that I was running from a giant snake. Does that mean anything? It depends. Why was you running from it? That can mean 2 different things because there are people that have snakes as aspects. Okay? At the same time, you could be associating with a snake. You need to take the time out to observe yourself and the people that you associate with. And also make sure you're not a snake in the sense of snaking people. If none of those things are going on, that's probably an aspect of yours that you're running from because there are people that do run from their aspects because they don't know what the hell is going on. Okay? That happens. People run from their aspects, an aspect like, child, I ain't going to bother you. I ain't going to eat you. I'm you. Oh. Well, damn, why didn't you just say that from the gate? Tell me first that's what's going on before I get on Skateville. How you just going to pop up on me and then, you know what I'm saying? You know I'm brainwashed over here. You know these folks down here got me twisted up. Mind full of distortions. You got to tell me these things ahead of time. Yo, your aspects be pulling up on you on some crazy stuff. And you be like, hold up. Now, of course, much better now. Now it's like, hold up. What you're not going to do is just pull up on me, fam. What's the deal? You an aspect? What's happening? Oh, man, the Comic-Con. Listen, we do a Comic-Con, that would be bananas. They be chasing you and not say nothing. They do that kind of stuff. They do that kind of stuff. Then you be like, I'm scared. And they be like, why are you scared of yourself? Oh, you didn't tell me that part at first. You could have just said that before I lost my shit. You know what I'm saying? You could have just said that first. Okay. Me, when I was in a dream, I'm 100,000, I don't know what you are. So, okay. Feet in the water and a big ass monster looking at me down below got me messed up. There are many Buddhas. Yeah, because them dragons be big, fam. Like, oh my God, man. Like the size of their head. Yeah, yeah. I get it, y'all. But then at the same time, you got to think about it like this too. If it was going to get you, you already would have been got. So when you look at it from that perspective, it's like, oh, well, let me turn around and confront you. So are you like trying to eat me, or are you me? Just turn around and confront it in the dream state. Just turn around and confront the being. Just turn around and confront it. It's nice being here because sometimes I have no one to talk to. Y'all funny for real. Have you watched Sandman on Netflix? That story seems very real. Yeah, Sandman putting a lot of business out there. As a matter of fact, I think in Sandman, Lucifer basically retired, and actually she did. Well, let me just say this. I'm not going to say she retired. I'm going to say her and her mother her mother has acknowledged her now, finally. Lucifer is still going to be Lucifer. But to the level and degree that she's Lucifer, I'm not sure. I'm not so sure about that. You see, there are plenty of beings out there that operate within universal and cosmic law. And they're allowed to be who they need to be, operating within universal and cosmic law. They're allowed to express as long as they don't go past 9. And as long as they don't break universal and cosmic law, they can express. Okay? Who and what they are. But the anger that she carried all them eons, that's a lot of anger. And that's a lot of damage that was done not only here, but all throughout the cosmos. Same with Satan. That's a lot of damage done. I remember one time I was having a conversation with a fallen angel one time. And I said, I'm trying to figure some things out. He says, you are not to be trusted. He said that to me. I said, what did I do? He says, you caused division. I said, how am I causing division? He said, do you see humans calling themselves fallen humans? I said, that's interesting that he would challenge me on that level. He says, you divide us by saying fallen angels, things of that nature. Why can't we just be angels? That's what he said to me. Now I'm going to throw something back at you. Do you call individuals who act malevolent, do you call them fallen? Y'all said, damn. Your response is killing me right now. Y'all like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Look. They said that's deep. One person said tricky with the words. Yeah, I'm throwing it back at you. Do you see people walking around here calling each other fallen humans? Or are they just a human being that's unhealed with some, I don't know, malevolent tendencies? Or they're neutral? Or they're benevolent? But have you ever heard someone say that? Oh, you're a fallen human being, fam. Let me break it on down to you, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go ahead and give you a reality check that's going to smack all you fools upside your head. And I mean fools in a very good way, not in a bad way, so don't take it personal, because some of y'all love to run down the block on that. Okay? I'm just talking shh. Okay? That's it. I don't really think you guys are fools. There are some that come back here because they have to complete missions, right? Some of the missions that they got to complete is to assist in uplifting the collective. They may not have been in a fallen state, but they were sent back. They agreed to come back. If you are in the third or fourth dimension, you are in a fallen state. Humans. All of y'all are fallen. Now sit with that. Sit with it. Are you sitting with it? Arcane, see, what up, fam? What up, what up? It's been a minute. My goodness. Are you sitting with it? And there it is. So while y'all sitting up here pointing at other beings, guess what? There are beings that are operating on a higher frequency than you and a higher dimension than you, and they are considered to be fallen as well. So what does that make you? You pointing fingers. Oh, you fallen, but you in the fourth dimension, bro. Oh, you fallen, but you in the third, though. Oh. Damn. Lucifer is operating higher than all y'all out here. But you want to talk shit about her? You want to talk shit about Satan? You want to talk shit about all the other niggas out here, but they vibrating higher than you and operating on a higher dimension than you. You on the third and the fourth. Y'all look crazy as hell to me right now. You looking crazy. I want to give you this reality check for those of you who are still operating in that consciousness level. Don't ever put your finger and ever think that you're so much better than that which source has created to be malevolent. Because you're still in them low dimensions. So until you can bring yourself out of that and get past the ninth dimension of consciousness, go have several seats. She said, putting things in a whole different perspective. Someone said, that's why I stay humble. She doing this shit. That's why. The higher the dimensions, the higher the beings, and the more responsibility you obtain. Let me just say that. Let me tell you something about being in these higher dimensions. You want to romanticize that. That shit ain't nothing to romanticize. You get in them higher dimensions, you working for source at that point. You in contract, you operating your contract with source at that point, you working. You working, niggas. You are working. And the higher you go, the more responsibilities you have. Be clear. Don't think you're going to be up there in high dimensions and you just, I'm good. Everything is peaches and cream, flowers and rainbows. Yeah, you're going to see all that, but you're going to be working. Those are perks. Those are rewards. Okay? When you get the wealth the way you're supposed to obtain it, that's reward for the work you're putting in for source. But make no mistake, you're going to be doing some kind of work for the collective when you're getting up into them dimensions. You're going to be putting in that work. With great power comes great responsibilities. Boom. Even your villains knew that. What is there to explain about the ninth dimension, beloved? What do you want me to explain about it? I literally told you that from the ninth dimension and down, Lucifer controls it. Controls the world from the ninth dimension and down. What do you want me to explain? You're still subjugated to that. You come out of it when you reach the 10th. Ooh, the Nubian lifestyle says, the higher you go, the more intense the battle. I'm a warrior in the spiritual realm. Boom. Duck B says, your name is killing me, fam. Your name is just getting me right now. One day you're dreaming some that teaches you good things. The next day you're fighting for your life so bad you learn new tricks you didn't even know of. Boom. No, I'm not Madam Web. I don't even know who the hell that is. Who is that? It's the devil's land in the almighty rules. No, baby. See, you got this all twisted up. Oh, my goodness. This baby got everything twisted up. Woo! And Black Monster said, Ice is not going to be repeating herself either. Just wanted to remind some of y'all. Boom. Action Jack, he just said, oh, the land that you live in called the United States belongs to the originals. Lucifer just did contracts with everybody to keep the originals down. That's it. I know you don't, baby. It's okay. The great split happened. So for those of y'all who are still caught up in that ninth dimension and down, y'all went with that split. Lucy is false light. Then there's Lucifer. You need to know the differences between the two entities. They're not one and the same. I thought I'd just put that out there. What's meant to be heard is heard the first time. Boom. I saw the movie by Stephen King, The Dark Towers. Is that way you mean of the decisions and key codes, portals, but on Earth? I didn't see the movie, so I can't answer that question until I watch it. Talk to Source at a mod more or get a reading from me and I'll tell you. Yeah, you will move over once you heal. Yes. Yeah. Lucy and Lucifer are not one and the same. Okay? Lucy comes off as very, very immature. Now I had to figure this out for myself because I realized that there was two different beings. Lucy is the false light version of Lucifer. You will know when you run into Lucifer. I'm going to tell you all that right now. Like I said, that's not an energy you play with. You will know when that entity pulls up on you. You will know. She's the one that taught all the villains a major lesson. See, let me tell y'all what happens to people, and this happens to people in real life. How they get caught up in doing these rituals and all this kind of stuff. I'm going to tell you how. These celebrities, these movie stars, all that type of shit, you know they're all doing deals with Lucifer. They're doing deals with her, right? Rituals, all that kind of stuff. How's that happening? The same way everybody else got tricked. You see, there are certain individuals within the music business and the entertainment business that are gatekeepers that reach out to certain individuals no matter what form of entertainment you're operating on, whether it be sports, whether it be music, whether it be movies, whatever form of entertainment. Then there's also those who do contracts in the government, et cetera, et cetera. Okay? If you understand how evil this government has become, it's because of the contracts they did with Lucifer. I need you to understand that. Okay? Now, they come up, they offer this contract to you, and they're going to tell you, okay, you want to be famous? You want to be this? You want to be that? Cool. What we need you to do is we need to do this contract, and we need you to participate in these rituals. But you didn't know that the contract was with Lucifer. Some did know the contract was with Lucifer. Most didn't. Most did not, because they didn't know that the person that was given the contract was Lucifer's vessel. Boom! They didn't know that. Like I told you, you got a sore spark self. I told you, come see me, I'll tell you who you are. But the contracts that they were doing deals with were the vessels of some of the most malevolent ancient ones in human bodies. So they didn't know they were doing a contract with Lucifer. I can tell you who her vessel is right now. Have your wig blown all the way out the damn ocean some damn where. I know who her vessel is. I never met her, but I know who her vessel is. And she put certain things out there in public. You know, she should have just stayed low key. She put a lot of things out there to the public as far as the things that she does, such as spirit cooking. I'm going to put that hint out there right there. If you've heard that term before, that is Lucifer. And she is very powerful. Now you have folks in the business. You had folks in the business doing deals with her and them not knowing who she was. So now they got these contracts with this woman, doing rituals with this woman. And next thing you know, if they don't perform correctly, they're cloned. And the real vessel's up out of here. And they did that to a lot of people. A lot. Boom. And there it is. That is her. That is correct. She is an ancient one. You're definitely not. That Jason Nars is not you. She put herself out there to be found. If you know, you know. Child, come get at Venu Mercury. Come see me, child, and get your cosmic reading, and I'll tell you who you are. It's more than that, baby girl. Way more than that. So much more than that. So much more than that. Go listen to the beginning of the reading. Go listen to the beginning of the live where I'm singing. Youre Bebedo. All right, I'm done here. I had a good time with y'all. Glad you enjoyed yourself. But I want to tell you a couple stories, and I'm going to share with you about the new things that are coming. And I wanted to congratulate all the originals who actually got a chance to make it to the 10th dimension. Again, I want to say congratulations to all of you who actually made it. And for those of you that haven't, you got a lot of work to do. You got a lot of work to do, a lot of work to put in. Gratitude. King Feathers Up. I see you, fam. Thank you, babies. We're doing big things. All right, y'all. Peace.